Okay, today we're going to set up our Palermo Smart Camera baby monitor. This is what your package is going to look like to the iPhone using the YYP2P app. So in your package you will receive your smart camera, you will receive a Ethernet cord, you will receive a wall mount to connect your camera to the wall or crib. You will receive an antenna. The silver antenna is for smoke detectors. So if you're not going to add a smoke detector to the camera, then you will have no need to use this. You will also receive your screws for the wall mount, your reset pin. You will receive a card that comes in the package with our contact information, email address, and phone number. Okay? And your smart camera guide instruction booklet. And this here is your electrical DC cord, power cord. Okay? Now on your smart camera you have your antenna. These dials in the front is for your night vision, which will turn red once night vision kicks in. And night vision is automatic. Okay, then this knob right here, you can adjust your image with that. On the back you have your antenna. On the right side of your antenna, if you have the back of the camera facing you, the right side is where your AC power cord will be plugged into. On this side is where that silver antenna will go into if you're using a smoke detector. Okay, here is your Ethernet port. And this little slot down the bottom, I don't know if you can see that, but that little slot is for your SD card or TF card, okay, for your storage. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is the camera needs to be beeping for connection. So the first thing we want to do is we want to plug the camera in so the camera can start beeping. Like on the right side. Okay, so the lights are going to come on, the camera's going to make a clicking sound, and then the camera's going to start beeping. And while we're waiting for that to happen, I'm going to go ahead and open up my phone. You will go to your app store and download the YYP2P app. And this is what the YYP2P app looks like on your mobile device. Okay, so you will open your app up to the login screen, okay? And you want to allow to the app to send you a notification, so you just want to push allow. Okay, so the first thing that you would do is you would register an email address and a password, okay? So you want to click register at the bottom, all right? You will put in an email address and you want to put in a password 2 times and you will click immediately register. I'm not going to register right now because I've already registered multiple times, okay? So once you register and click immediately register, it will come across that you have registered successfully and it will direct you back to the login screen. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the login screen. Up at the top you see if it's not in if it does not say America in the box, you want to click on the box wherever country is there and you want to find America in the drop down box and change it to America. Okay, while the camera is beeping you want to put in your registered email address. And once you register and it directs you back to the login page, your email address will already be in there, okay? And it will just ask you to reconfirm your password. So you will put your password in again. And you would click log in. Okay, a minute. Get the right passcode. Okay, so once you log in, sorry about that. Once you log in, that is what it will look like, and that's just letting you know to click the plus sign. All right, so your screen will be empty. So the first thing you want to do while your camera is beeping, you want to click the plus sign in the top right corner. You want to click Smart Link. Okay, you want to click Connect via Wi-Fi and put in your network password, your Wi-Fi password. And again, as I was telling you, the camera needs to be beeping, so I'm going to unplug the camera because I did take too long. So I'm going to unplug the camera and plug it back in so it can start beeping again. Okay? Meanwhile, while I am waiting for the camera to start beeping, you put in your Wi-Fi password, and you want to click Next Step. Okay? And you must make sure that you are connected to your home network 2.4. Okay? You must make sure you're connected to your home network 2.4. And I'm going to, so it took too long, put in my Wi-Fi password again. So once you put in your Wi-Fi password, you want to click Next Step. Okay? So it's telling you that it's going to release a prompt tone when the camera is ready. The beeping sound is the prompt tone. So you want to click Hear Connection Q Tone because your camera is beeping. It's telling, then it wants you to turn up the volume on your phone so you can hear and keep the phone 30 centimeters from the camera. So you want to keep the phone and the camera very close and click your next step. So that is your connection sound. So it's going to come across your phone perfecting information once you hear that connection sound. So once you get the perfecting the information screen, you want to go ahead and put in your default information. I always tell you to put in the default information first, and especially if you're going to add multiple devices. And then once you have all your devices, you can go back and you can change all the information to a more secure password. So we're going to name the device admin, all lowercase letters. Password, default password 123. You click save in the top right corner, and it's going to come across that it was added successfully. This screen right here is just telling you to change your passcode because it's weak, and you do that by clicking on the red shield to change your passcode. Okay, so we successfully added the camera, and we just want to click the word online, and it will go ahead and bring up what's on the camera. And then it's going to ask you for access to the microphone. You want to go ahead and give it access to the microphone. Okay, so I'm going to go through a few of the settings. Now here, these buttons down here are for multiple devices and for presetting your recordings. So unless you have multiple devices, you don't, have no use for those. Okay, this round circle, that is your recording button. You need to press the icon here to talk. Your mute button will always be on default mute, so you have to unmute it. Okay, so you can hear me. I'm going to turn this up some more so you can hear me. Okay, this is where you would hold this to talk to the person in the room with the camera. Here you want your camera icon and take pictures. Okay, now this lock icon is to, let me mute this so it doesn't make an echo sound. This lock icon is to guard and unguard your settings, your motion detection settings. Okay, so let's go in to the motion detection settings by clicking the gear icon at the top right corner, and you go to alarm settings. You want to set your motion. You want to turn on your receive warning messages. You want to turn on your motion detection. You want to turn on your buzzer. For those who have little babies, you might want to keep the buzzer off, because the siren will come from the camera, which will probably scare the babies. So you want to keep it off. That way the siren, it will just notify your phone, not the camera. Okay, and human human body infrared switch. Now this here and the motion detection is two different things. Motion detection detects what the camera can see. The human body infrared detects human body heat around the camera. Okay, so the camera does not have to see it, okay, for it to be detected. All right, so if you want that on, you would turn it on. Now, for these settings to work, you would have to come out of there after you set all that. You would have to come out of there by clicking the arrow on the left top corner. Okay, click the arrow on the left top corner again, and you would have to arm it. You've just armed it, you've just guarded your settings and turned on your motion detection, and the camera is guarded. Okay, so any movement around the camera, and I turned the buzzer off. Now that I turned my buzzer off, okay, your warning messages will go to your messages within the app. So you will click the arrow on the top left, click your messages, and there you go. Those are your detection messages. And as you can see, the siren is going off on the phone, not the camera, so it does not bother the baby. All right? Okay, so let's go ahead and stop that. Okay. And let's come out of that. All right, and to turn that off, okay, let's go back. To turn off the alarm, you just want to click back on the lock icon to unguard your settings. All right, so that is connecting your YYP2P camera to your iPhone via Wi-Fi. So now what we're going to do is we're going to connect it through Ethernet. All right, so I'm going to come out of this. And to log out of your app, you want to go to the more. Okay, which let me tell you how to get to the more. On your device list screen, on the bottom at the right is the word more. You want to click on that. You want to click cancel and confirm your log out. Okay, it will take you back to the login screen. Your login information is already in there. So even though it's on China, it will still log me back in because the information is already in there. So that's the easiest way to log out without having to go and keep putting in your password. All right, so let's go ahead and log out of that. Okay, and I am going to connect another camera. Via Ethernet. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a whole nother camera. Box. I'm going to plug this camera in because we need the camera to be beeping. Okay. I am going to also show you how to reset a camera. Before I do all of that, I'm going to show you how to reset a camera. Okay. So when you go to reset a camera, you want the camera to be partially booted up. All right, so the lights are going to come on and the camera's going to make a clicking sound. There's the clicking sound. Once the camera makes a clicking sound, you want to turn it over. Take your reset pin. There is the reset, word reset at the bottom with the hole. Okay, and you want to take and push it in. You will fill the bottom of the reset hole. Push that bottom in, hold it for 10 seconds until you hear cash register sound or cha-ching. Once your camera is reset, the lights will come back on. The camera will make a clicking sound. Lights will go off, and then the camera will start beeping. Okay? So, once the camera starts beeping, that is when you plug in your Ethernet cable. And do not plug your Ethernet cable in until the camera is beeping. So, regardless if you're setting up camera up through Wi-Fi or Ethernet, the camera has to be beeping before you can do the initial setup. Okay? So we want to wait for the camera to go ahead and start beeping. So I am going to plug in my Ethernet cable because the camera is beeping. So you plug in your Ethernet cable. When you plug in your Ethernet cable, 3 things needs to happen. there will be a green and yellow light coming out of the back of the camera. The camera will stop beeping, and it did, and there will be a dim yellow light in the front of the camera. So we need to wait for that dim yellow light in the front of the camera. And we have our dim yellow light in the front of the camera. Okay, that means the camera is getting the data and the information it needs from the network, and it is ready to connect via Ethernet. So I'm going to log back into my app, and mine is going to show my first device that I set up, okay, because you can set up to 10, up to 4 cameras. I've done 4 successfully, but you can actually do more on one app, okay? So this is the first one that I set up, okay? So once you plug in your Ethernet cord and you get that dim yellow light, it's going to pop up on your screen, discover new device. You see that blue tab up there, people? Discover one new device. Even if you just haven't done it through Wi-Fi, this picture would not be here, but this would be. Discover one new device. That is going to pop up once you plug in that Ethernet cable and that dim yellow light comes on this camera. This is going to pop up on your screen, okay? For a new setup, your deviceless empty screen, this will pop up on it. Discover one new device. You're going to click on that blue tab. Your camera information is going to be already in there. You click the plus sign next to it. Again, you put in the camera information using the default information, admin, all lowercase letters. Default passcode 123. Oh, excuse me. Save in the top right corner. And there's the camera I just added. Okay? So it's saying offline right now. You just click it. Even though it says offline, you tap on it. And sorry, I'm blocking the view. But as you can see, let's see if we can get a view here. And there you go. So you are set up via Ethernet. Okay? And that is how you set up through Ethernet, through Wi-Fi, resetting your camera, and using all of your accessories that came with it. Okay? And again, the easiest way to log out is to click the arrow in the top left, go down to the bottom. This is what it would look like with multiple devices on there. Now, if both of my devices were plugged in, you would see them both online. Okay? But I unplugged one. Alright, so to log out, the easiest way, click the more button, cancel, confirm your log out, and all your information is still in there. So there we have set up the Wi-Fi P2P up on our iPhones via Wi-Fi and through Ethernet cable. Okay, so we're going to go back in and we're going to click back on, all right, through Ethernet, and we're going to transfer the Ethernet to the Wi-Fi and disconnect the Ethernet cable. So how we're going to do that, okay, is we're going to click the gear icon on the top right. We're going to go down here to network settings, click on network settings, and you're going to find your network in your list, okay? You do not click on Wi-Fi. You click on your network. It will come up, once you click on your network, it's going to come up revising it. What's going to happen if you revise the network, you want to go ahead and confirm that and make the change. You want to put in your Wi-Fi password. Oh, wait a minute. Something happened here. Give me a second. Need to go back. Network settings. Need to go back. Yes, I hit the wrong network. Okay, I hit the wrong network, so I'm going to have to, unfortunately, I hit the wrong network. Okay, so in case you run into any problems or whatever, what you want to do is you want to disconnect the Ethernet cable, unplug the camera because I hit the wrong network, and it started going through, and so I had to stop it. Okay, so I'm going to plug the camera back in. I'm going to wait for it to start beeping. It's really easy. It's kind of good that these errors are happening, because then you can see what to do when you have these little errors. Okay, lights are coming on. The camera's going to make a clicking sound, and then it's going to start beeping. Once the camera starts beeping, we're going to plug the Ethernet cord in, and we're going to pick up right where we left off. Okay. I'm going to reset this camera so it can go a little bit quicker. And we have the cha-ching sound. Okay, so let's go ahead, and the lights are going to come on, lights are going to go off. Camera's going to make a clicking sound, and then it's going to start beeping. So another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and log out of the app. And again, all of my information is in there. So when I'm ready, all I have to do is just log back in. All right. So once the camera starts beeping, we're going to add the Ethernet cord back into the camera. There's your clicking sound. And the camera is beeping. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and plug the Ethernet cord back into the back of the camera. There's your green and yellow light coming out of the back of the camera. The camera stopped beeping. There's your dim yellow light in the corner of the camera. Okay, so we got the dim yellow light. So we're going to go ahead and log back into our app. And it's saying offline because I unplugged everything. So if we just tap the word offline, and we are live. Okay. Now we're going to transfer this over to the Wi-Fi. Click the gear icon in the top right corner. Click network settings. Find your network in the list. You click on your network. A box is going to open up saying what's going to happen if you make the change. Confirm the change and put in your Wi-Fi passcode. Make sure your password is correct before you click confirm. Okay. The network type is spinning because it is searching for your network. And we need to see a green check mark. And there we have it, a green check mark on our network. Green check mark on our network. So we are now connected to our Wi-Fi. So we're going to go back up to the top of the screen on the left, click the arrow to go back, click the arrow to go back again, tap our screen for live view, and we are live. Okay, so we disconnect the Ethernet cord from the back of the camera, and we are still live. And there you have it. Now when you go to move the camera to your designated area, you want to unplug the camera. Once you plug it back in, you want to wait for that dim yellow light that's in the corner of the camera. Okay? When you're connected to the app live, The camera is going to the light is going to be flashing. Okay, so once you get that dim yellow light, then you want to go ahead and tap your screen for your live view. But do not tap your screen for live view until you have that dim yellow light. All right. So there you go. That is how you set your camera up with the Ethernet cable and transfer to your Wi-Fi and disconnect the Ethernet cable. Okay. Thank you and have a wonderful day.